The Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum, is with us tonight. And, sir, it's good to see you again. New tonight, we just want to put this out there for everyone to see. The New York Times is reporting that we're chasing several more Venezuelan-linked oil tankers at this hour in the Atlantic. We seized 2 yesterday. I want to start with, is our primary interest in Venezuela oil?
The primary interest of President Trump is the security of American people, the security of our borders, and then the prosperity of the American people. And Venezuela has been a playground of all the bad actors around the world, not just Venezuela and Maduro, but Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, Russia, China. Everybody is down there playing in the playground because it's got the world's largest oil reserves, but complete mismanagement, complete corruption, crushing the country, crushing their economy, driving 8 million people out of the country, many of them fleeing to the United States. And of course, as you know, then now fueling their economy with drug sales. Yeah. And so this is like having the worst. You think of it, you got a beautiful house in a neighborhood, and then down the street there's a violent drug gang living there that's poisoning your kids and ruining the value in your neighborhood. President Trump exercising bold leadership, brilliant strategy, breathtaking execution, and without right now any troops on the ground taking over the economy of Venezuela. So this is fantastic for American consumers. We're going to have lower price of gas. We're going to have security in the region. It's going to help with the borders. I mean, this is brilliant on every sector.
And the plan is to see an election at some point, and to, based on the numbers that we saw in the last election, even though it was stolen by Maduro, that we would have a friendly leader in that country, and we would have access to Venezuelan oil at the very least for the future to come. What does that do to the energy markets? Does that stabilize? Does that keep us away from the power of OPEC? I mean, what does that do? Does it ensure that we have cheaper energy for a long term?
Well, absolutely it does, because in the United States, all of our refining production on the Gulf Coast around the country was really built around Venezuelan heavy crude. We had built a partnership and a relationship with them going back decades and decades ago. That's all been cut off. Venezuela was selling their oil at a huge discount to places like China. The Biden sanctions weren't working in terms of all of this oil was getting out of Venezuela. Now with an embargo in effect, and whether it's us chasing down tankers in the Atlantic or now securing the entire Gulf of America to make sure that all of that oil stays there, we have an opportunity to market it and control where it's disposed of. All of this is going to be a benefit in the end to Venezuela. Venezuela is going to get paid more for their oil. That's going to help rebuild this country. It's going to help move it back towards a valued trading partner. As has been announced this week, we'll be lifting selectively sanctions off of Iran to help rebuild their industry, because they've destroyed their electric sector, they've destroyed their mining sector, they've destroyed their energy sector, oil and gas. Big opportunity for America.
Yeah, I want to ask you before I let you go, Greenland, you're the Secretary of the Interior. The Interior might be getting larger. The president wants to buy Greenland, offering potentially as much as $100,000 per resident of Greenland for it, which would be about $5 billion. Only 50,000 people live in that massive country, by the way. Talk about that and just how you envision this going down and why it's so critically important.
Well, you take a look at the map of the world, or take a look at a globe from looking from the North Pole down, and you can see why Greenland is the opposite end of the bookend. The other end is Alaska. You look to the other side of the world, and you've got Russia and all of their adventurism around the Arctic. This is Greenland's critical to the national security of the United States. It's critical to European security. Europeans should be cheering that the U.S. wants to get involved there and provide that kind of protection. And of course, again, we're in Interior. We manage all of our territories around the world, our affiliated states. I mean, we manage land from Guam to U.S. Virgin Islands over 14 time zones. We have all the ability to take on that responsibility. And again, it would be a win for all democracies in the world if the U.S. was exerting more authority there.
Do you think that, I got 10 seconds, but do you think that happens? Are we going to acquire Greenland? Do you think it happens soon?
I think it's great. We're working for the greatest deal maker that's ever been president. Anything's possible with this president. And again, he is A+ on everything he's executing on strategy abroad that helps bring prosperity at home.
Buying Greenland. What a story to talk about. It makes a hell of a headline.
Hey, we bought Alaska. We bought Alaska for $15 million, and that turned out to be a great bargain. Buying Greenland for $5 billion could be a bargain too.
$5 billion is nothing. $100,000 per resident. That would be something.
Yes.
Mr. Secretary, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. Great to be with you.